CTV News at 5 with Hudson Mack.
Good evening. Thanks for being here. Prohibition in Canada is finally dead. It is no longer against the law to take BC wine out of the province. Members of Parliament have voted to amend a piece of legislation known as the Importation of Intoxicating Liquors Act. And the province is on board as well. What it means is that visitors to British Columbia can now take a case of BC wine home with them or have one shipped. And in the vineyards of Vancouver Island tonight, they're popping the corks. CTV's Andrew Johnson reports.
And do you want to start with the Pinot Noir?
If you like what you taste at Muse Winery, you can bring a case home or order one later online. That is, if you live in BC. Until now, it was illegal for Jane Ellmann's vineyard to ship to the rest of the country. Not anymore.
Oh, it's huge.
Ellmann says Vancouver Island is a tough place to grow grapes. Just look at the vineyard puddles. It's a short growing season here, so the opportunity to sell to customers outside of BC will mean a lot to boutique wineries like this one.
Within the first year, once this bill passes, we could see a 10 to 20% increase in sales.
An Okanagan MP is responsible for the bill, which passed unanimously in the House of Commons. It amends ancient legislation making it illegal for someone to buy wine in one province and bring it home to another, which even police admit is not being enforced.
So if I came up to you and said I just came home from a trip out of province and I have a case of wine in my trunk, what would you do?
You know, first and foremost, I'm going to make sure that the alcohol is closed, which is a requirement under our act, but you know, and make sure that you're not intoxicated, and beyond that, probably not much more.
Most wine lovers have likely been breaking the law without even knowing it, but the island's pocket vineyards have been fighting to get out of their legislative handcuffs for years, led by the BC NDP.
All across Canada, people come here to enjoy our wines, and you know, I've worked in quite a few wineries over the years, and often people asked to have their wine shipped home, and we weren't able to do it.
California, yeah, for sure.
The provincial government does still plan to set limits on how much booze you can bring back from, say, a road trip to Alberta. If you have more than one case of wine or 6 dozen beer, you'll owe taxes once you cross the border. No word on who will be there to collect.
Andrew Johnson joins us now with more live on the story. Andrew, the province is loosening up the restrictions on taking alcohol across the border, but it is cracking down at the same time on the folks who serve liquor. Tell us about that.
That's right, Hudson. Adults who give liquor to minors, including servers at restaurants and bars who don't check for ID, are now going to pay a very steep price for doing so, or failing to do so. The province has authorized handing out $575 tickets to anyone who gets caught.
All right, Andrew Johnson, thank you.
You're welcome.